We're cutting you loose. Your company card is canceled. Figure out how to get home yourself. You're done. I read that text message 3 times, standing in the Munich hotel lobby. The marble floor felt solid under my feet while everything else crumbled around me. Malcolm's words glowed on my phone screen like some kind of sick joke. Each word hit like a punch to the gut. I didn't throw my phone. I didn't curse out loud. I just stood there while people walked past me speaking German, dragging their luggage, living their normal lives while mine fell apart. My name is Howard Bennett. I'm 55 years old, Navy veteran with 20 years at Apex Manufacturing Corp. Got a daughter, Sarah, who's 18 and heading to medical school next year. Her mother passed from cancer 10 years ago, so it's been just us two ever since. That text message meant everything I'd worked for was gone. Sarah's medical school fund, my pension that was supposed to vest in 2 years, the health insurance I desperately needed at my age. All of it gone with one text. Let me back up and tell you how I ended up 4,000 miles from home, holding $60 and a pink slip delivered by smartphone. I started at Apex right after I got out of the Navy. They manufacture heavy industrial equipment, the kind of steel and machinery that goes into skyscrapers and major bridges. I wasn't some paper pusher. I was VP of International Procurement. My job was finding suppliers worldwide who could deliver what our engineers needed: specialized steel, precision components, whatever the project required. I was good at it because I understood that business is about relationships. You show up, you deliver what you promise, you treat people with respect. My boss was Malcolm Stone, 38 years old, fresh Stanford MBA who got promoted to regional director 18 months ago. Malcolm liked reminding me that my methods were outdated. "Howard, you need to embrace modern efficiency," he'd say when I insisted on face-to-face meetings. "Everything can be done digitally now. Relationship building is a waste of resources." I'd nod and say yes, sir, because Sarah needed that medical school money and I needed my pension to vest. So I kept my mouth shut and did my job. 3 months ago, Malcolm called me into his office. "We've got a crisis. Our steel supplier in Germany is threatening to walk away from the Liberty Tower project. $8 million in contracts." "What's the issue?" I asked. "How should I know? You're the one who deals with these people." Like I was some translator instead of someone who'd spent 20 years understanding technical specifications and building partnerships. "I'll handle it," I said. Klaus Müller ran the steel operation outside Munich, third-generation family business making precision steel components, the finest quality I'd ever worked with. Klaus was frustrated when I called him. "Your company treats us like machines," he said in careful English. "Last quarter, they demanded 15% price reduction. This quarter, they want delivery in half the time. They never ask if this is possible. They just demand." I spent 2 weeks putting together a proposal. Better payment terms, realistic schedules, guaranteed long-term orders so Klaus could plan ahead. Things that made sense for both sides. Malcolm barely looked at it. "Just go there and fix this. Make them happy. That's what we pay you for. When do you need me there?" "Next week. Stay however long it takes. This is $8 million we can't afford to lose." Sarah took it better than I expected. At 18, she understood that work pays for medical school. "I'll be fine, Dad. Aunt Patricia can check on me. My sister lives 20 minutes away. I promised Sarah I'd be back before her spring break." I didn't keep that promise. I arrived in Munich on a Tuesday. Clean city, everything organized and efficient. The business hotel Malcolm's assistant booked was decent enough. Met Klaus the next day at his facility, 45 minutes by train outside the city. The building was older but well-maintained. Inside, workers shaped steel with precision machinery, sharp metallic smells, and the sound of quality work being done. Klaus was 61, gray hair, hands that showed decades of real work. His daughter Ingrid handled the business side. She brought coffee and authentic German pretzels while we talked. "Tell me what you need," Klaus said. "I need you to keep working with us, but first, I need you to tell me what's not working." We talked for hours that first day. Specifications, schedules, respect. That word kept coming up. "Your boss," Klaus said carefully, "speaks to us like we're incompetent, like our 60 years of experience means nothing." "I know, he speaks to me the same way." Ingrid looked at me with understanding. "Then why do you stay?" "My daughter's medical school. My pension. Health insurance at my age isn't easy to replace." She nodded. She got it. Over 6 weeks, I built something real with Klaus's family. Not just business, but genuine partnership. We negotiated terms that actually worked. I explained what our engineers really needed. He explained what his equipment could produce. We found solutions that made sense. Klaus insisted on something unusual. I want you to be our contact, not your boss. You personally. Every specification goes through you. Every change needs your approval. Otherwise, we don't work with Apex. I'm not the decision maker, Klaus. I'm just the VP. Then we make you the decision maker for this arrangement. No changes without your signature. I didn't understand it then. Later, I realized Klaus saw what I'd missed. Malcolm had been taking credit for my work for months. Klaus wanted to protect what we were building. Back home, Malcolm messaged constantly, "Where are we? When's it signed? What's taking so long?" I'd explain that building trust takes time. He'd respond, "I don't need explanations. I need results." Malcolm joined one video call with Klaus. Disaster doesn't begin to describe it. Malcolm interrupted constantly, made jokes that didn't translate, treated Klaus like he was wasting time. After Malcolm left the call, Klaus said quietly, "That man respects no one but himself. I'm sorry about that. Don't apologize for him. You are not him." Sarah's spring break came and went. I sent money for her trip with friends, made video calls when I could. "I miss you, Dad, but I understand this is important. I'll make it up to you soon," I promised. After 6 weeks, everything was ready. Complete partnership agreement, terms that made sense for everyone. $8 million over 18 months, enough steel for Liberty Tower and 2 more major projects. Klaus's family would benefit. Apex would benefit. Everyone wins. The signing was scheduled for Thursday morning. Klaus wanted it done properly, with his whole family present. He treated it like it mattered. I was proud of what I'd built. For once, I'd done something that would secure Sarah's future and show Malcolm what real work looked like. That Wednesday evening, I was reviewing everything for the next day when my phone buzzed. Malcolm's message appeared. "We're cutting you loose. Your company card is canceled. Figure out how to get home yourself. You're done." I stopped breathing. Read it again, then again. No explanation, no warning, just those words. I checked my credit card. He wasn't lying. Canceled. I had $60 in my wallet. My return flight was booked through company travel. Probably canceled too. I was stranded in Germany. After 6 weeks of work, after missing Sarah's spring break, after building something valuable, Malcolm had texted me done. I typed back, "Understood. Thank you for letting me know." I sat in that lobby for maybe an hour. Hotel staff glanced over but didn't say anything. I kept thinking about Sarah, about explaining this to her, about how I'd pay for medical school now, about health insurance, about starting over at 55 in a market that worships youth. Then something clicked. Not anger exactly, something colder, more focused. I looked at my briefcase. Inside was the unsigned contract, the one worth $8 million, the one Klaus refused to sign with anyone except me, the one that would save Apex's biggest project of the year. I stood up, walked out of that hotel, found the train station, and rode back to Klaus's facility one last time. It was dark when I reached the workshop. Lights were still on. Klaus and Ingrid were finishing paperwork for tomorrow's signing. They looked surprised when I walked in. "Howard," Klaus said, "is everything all right?" They fired me. The words came out flat. Malcolm sent me a text this evening, said they're cutting me loose, canceled my company card, told me to find my own way home. Ingrid put her hand over her mouth. Klaus's face went hard. "After everything," he said quietly. "After 6 weeks. After you worked so hard." "Yes. Where are you staying tonight?" "The hotel. I have cash for maybe 2 more nights. Then I'll figure something out." Klaus exchanged a look with Ingrid. One of those family conversations without words. "The signing tomorrow," Klaus said. "What do you want to do?" That's when I realized something. Klaus wasn't asking if the signing would happen. He was asking what I wanted to happen. "What do you mean?" "This contract," he said, gesturing to the papers on his desk. "It's written with your name. You are the contact person. You approve everything. Apex must deal with you to get our steel. That's what we negotiated. But I don't work there anymore." "Exactly," Klaus said. "So why would I sign with them?" The weight of it hit me slowly. The contract wasn't just about me being the contact person. It was legally binding. Klaus had insisted on language that made me the required liaison for the entire partnership. Without me, no deal. They'll send someone else. They'll try to renegotiate. "Let them try," Klaus said. "I won't speak to them. My family won't speak to them. We built this relationship with you, not with that man who disrespects everyone." "But what about—" I started. Global Steel Solutions, Ingrid said quietly. That company that contacted us last month. They've been calling for almost a year, offering better terms, better respect for our work. We always said no because we had an understanding with Apex. But now Apex has broken that understanding. Klaus smiled. Wasn't a happy smile. Something sharper. You'd really walk away from 8 million? The money isn't walking away, Ingrid said. It's just walking to someone else. Someone who treats people properly. I felt something shift inside me. Something that had been tight for so long I'd forgotten it was there. There's something else, Klaus said. Global Steel asked us last month if we knew someone who could coordinate their international procurement, someone who understands specifications and suppliers, someone with connections worldwide. He paused. He meant me. I can't, I said automatically. I need to get home. I need to find another job. I need stable work. I can't take risks at 55. This isn't a risk, Ingrid said firmly. This is you taking what you've earned. You built this relationship. You did the work. Why should they benefit from it? I looked at the unsigned contract. 6 weeks of my life. 6 weeks away from Sarah. All those conversations, all those negotiations, all that trust I'd built. And Malcolm had texted me done. What would I need to do? I asked quietly. Klaus's expression softened. Tonight, nothing. Stay here. We have a guest room upstairs. Tomorrow morning, I'll call Global Steel. I'll tell them Apex is no longer an option. I'll introduce them to you. Then I'll call your old boss and tell him there will be no signing. He'll be furious. Good, Klaus said simply. I stayed in their guest room that night, small and clean with a bed that felt like luxury after weeks in budget hotels. Ingrid brought me soup and bread, sat with me while I ate. My grandfather used to say something, she told me. When someone shows you who they really are, believe them the first time. Your boss showed you who he is. Don't give him a second chance to prove it. I thought about that all night, about all the times Malcolm had shown me exactly who he was and how I'd ignored it because I was scared, because I thought I didn't have choices. But maybe Klaus was right. Maybe at 55, with 20 years of experience and relationships I'd built myself, maybe I had more choices than I thought. The next morning, Klaus made his calls. First, someone at Global Steel Solutions. Yes, this is Klaus from Muller Precision Steel. We spoke last month about a partnership. Is that still something you're interested in? Good. I have someone you should meet. He's excellent. He's the reason Apex wanted to work with us. Now he's available. Then he called Malcolm. I sat there while he put the phone on speaker. My hands were steady, but my pulse was racing. Malcolm answered on the second ring. Klaus, finally. I've been trying to reach you. Are we all set for this morning? No, Klaus said. We're not all set. Silence. What do you mean? Malcolm's voice got harder. I mean, there will be no signing, no agreement. Muller Precision Steel will not be working with Apex Manufacturing. Is this about money? Because we can negotiate. This is about respect, Klaus interrupted. Something you don't understand. Now wait a minute. I don't know what Howard told you, but... He told me you fired him, Klaus said. After he spent 6 weeks here building something good. After he worked harder than anyone I've seen. You threw him away like he means nothing. That's an internal company matter, Malcolm said. His voice was tight now, controlled. It has nothing to do with our business arrangement. It has everything to do with it, Klaus said. Howard was our arrangement. We negotiated with him. We trust him. We don't trust you. So there is no arrangement. You can't do this. We have a verbal agreement. We have nothing, Klaus said. And now I'm going to work with Global Steel instead. They've been asking us for a year. We said no because we were loyal to Apex, but Apex wasn't loyal to the person who made this possible. So goodbye. Wait. Klaus hung up. I just stared at him. Did you just... I started. Did you really? Yes, Klaus said calmly. I did. Now let's talk about your new job. Global Steel wanted to meet me that afternoon. Klaus arranged everything. They sent a car, an actual car with a driver. I'd been taking trains for 6 weeks. The Global Steel headquarters was in a better part of Munich. Newer building, professional atmosphere. I felt out of place walking in there wearing clothes I'd been rotating for weeks. The person who met me was Victoria Pierce, maybe 45. Sharp suit, direct manner. Klaus speaks very highly of you, she said after we shook hands. Tell me about yourself. I told her. Not the corporate version, the real version. About Sarah and medical school. About working at Apex for 20 years. About building relationships with suppliers because I actually cared about quality work. About being stranded yesterday and yet being here today. And yet you're here today, Victoria said. Not on a plane home. Why? Because Klaus made me realize something, I said. I'm good at what I do. Really good. And I'm tired of people who don't see that. Victoria smiled. Klaus said you negotiated an $8 million agreement. Is that accurate? Yes. Can you do that again for us? Yes, I said. And I meant it. Then let's talk about what you need. Salary, travel arrangements, flexible schedule because you have a daughter. All of it. Tell me what would make this work for you. No one had ever asked me that before. What I needed. What would make things work for me? I told her about needing to be home for Sarah's senior year, about wanting fair compensation, about needing respect and trust, about wanting to build something that mattered, about health insurance and pension concerns at my age. Done, Victoria said. All of it. Senior Director of International Procurement, 75% more than your current salary, full benefits that start immediately, stock options, and a schedule that lets you work from home 3 weeks out of every month. When can you start? I need to get home first, see my daughter, explain what's happening, then I can come back. We'll arrange your flight today if you want. When you're ready to return, we'll cover everything. Housing, transportation, whatever you need. I left that meeting knowing my life had just changed completely. My phone started ringing that evening. Malcolm, over and over, I didn't answer. Then he started texting. What did you tell Klaus? You sabotaged us. This is illegal. You'll hear from our lawyers. You're destroying the company. I deleted each message without reading them fully. Then he tried a different approach. Howard, please, let's talk about this. Maybe I was too harsh. We can work something out. Come back and we'll fix this. I blocked his number. The next morning, Klaus drove me to the airport himself. He'd paid for my ticket, wouldn't let me refuse. You earned this, he said at the departure gate. You earned respect. You earned trust. You earned a good job. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Thank you, I said. Those words couldn't hold everything I was feeling. Go see your daughter, he smiled. Then come back and help us build something better. The flight home was the longest 12 hours of my life. I kept thinking about Sarah, about explaining why I'd been gone so long, about telling her things were going to be different now. Patricia picked me up from the airport. One look at my face and she asked, "What happened?" I told her everything in the car. She kept glancing at me while driving like she was checking if I was real. So you just, she said slowly, walked away and now you have a better job? I didn't walk away, I said. They threw me away. I just made sure they couldn't benefit from the pieces. Sarah was studying when I got home. She looked up when I walked into her room and her face lit up. Dad! She stood up and hugged me. At 18, she was almost as tall as her mother had been. You're home, she said. How did it go? I sat down and told her the whole story. About getting fired, about Klaus, about the new job. Her expression went from confused to angry to proud. So they just threw you away after 20 years, she asked. Yes. And now their big project is screwed? Probably. Good, she said with teenage certainty. They deserved it. I'm going to be traveling more, I said. But the pay is a lot better. We won't have to worry about medical school anymore. Dad, Sarah said seriously, I'm proud of you. You didn't let them push you around. That weekend, Apex tried to reach me through other channels. Someone from HR sent an email. Malcolm would like to speak with you about reconsidering your position. We're prepared to offer increased compensation. I wrote back, I don't have a position to reconsider. I was terminated via text message while on company business overseas. Please don't contact me again. They tried twice more. Different people, same message. I ignored them all. 3 weeks later, I was back in Munich. This time, Global Steel arranged everything. Proper apartment near the city center, rental car, schedule that let me fly home every 2 weeks to see Sarah. Victoria met me on my first day. Welcome back, she said. Ready to build something? Yes, I said. The work was similar. Finding suppliers, negotiating terms, building partnerships. But everything else was different. When I had ideas, people listened. When I needed time off for Sarah's events, nobody made me feel guilty. When I did good work, they acknowledged it. I helped Global Steel secure not just steel from Klaus's family, but specialized components from suppliers in Italy, precision machinery from companies in Japan. Each connection I made was treated like it mattered because it did. Sarah adjusted, better than expected. Patricia says you have an important job now, she told me during one of my trips home. Is that true? It's important to me, I said. But you're more important. That's why I come home so much. I like that you come home, she said simply, and I like those German cookies you bring me. 4 months after I started with Global Steel, their fall project launched. Major infrastructure expansion using materials I'd sourced. Everything came in on time, under budget, perfect specifications. The client was so impressed they immediately contracted Global Steel for 3 more projects. Victoria called me into her office after the numbers came in. Do you know what you've done? She asked. I just did my job, I said. You built us a reputation, she said. These relationships you've created, these suppliers who trust us because they trust you. That's not just a job, that's something rare. She offered me a promotion. Senior Director of Global Procurement, 85% more money than I'd ever made. At Apex, full benefits, stock options, guarantee that I could work remotely 3 weeks out of every month. Yes, I said before she could finish explaining. Meanwhile, Apex Manufacturing was collapsing. I didn't seek out this information. News travels in our industry. Without Klaus's steel, Apex couldn't complete the Liberty Tower project. They tried finding other suppliers, but nobody could match the specifications or timeline. The project fell behind schedule. The client started threatening penalties. Financially, they were bleeding. The Liberty Tower project was supposed to bring in $25 million. Instead, it brought losses, delays, angry clients, legal threats. Malcolm tried to save himself. He fired other people, restructured the division, made promises about fixing everything. But the damage was done. I heard through industry contacts that he tried to contact Klaus again. Offered more money, better terms, practically begged. Klaus told him, you had the best procurement director in the industry working for you. You texted him done and left him stranded overseas. Why would I trust anything you say? 8 months after that text message in the Munich hotel lobby, Apex Manufacturing filed for bankruptcy protection. Their parent company sold them off in pieces. Malcolm lost his job. When he tried to find work at other companies, nobody would hire him. Word travels fast in our industry about how you treat people. Last I heard, he was working at some small engineering firm nobody had heard of, making half his old salary. I didn't celebrate when I heard this. I just felt relieved. Relieved that I'd gotten out, that I'd found people who valued what I could do, that I'd built something real and good and mine. A year after everything happened, Global Steel opened their first U.S. office in Chicago. Victoria invited me to the opening. I brought Sarah with me. She wore a professional dress, looked like the future doctor she was going to become. Did you really help build all of this, Dad? Sarah asked, looking around. I helped connect good people, I said. The steel workers in Germany, the manufacturers in Italy, the craftspeople around the world. I helped connect them with people who appreciate quality work. That's a lot of responsibility, she said. It is, I agreed. And I get paid well for it, which means medical school is covered. No debt, no worries. Her face lit up. Really? Really? Victoria found me near the end of the event. I'm glad you came, she said. This wouldn't exist without you. It would exist, I said. Maybe just with different suppliers. No, Victoria said firmly. Not like this. You built something special, Howard. These suppliers don't just work with us because we pay them. They work with us because they trust you. That's rare. That's valuable. That night, Sarah fell asleep on the plane home. Her head rested on my shoulder. I looked at her peaceful face and thought about everything that had changed. A year ago, I was standing in Munich hotel lobby, reading a text message that called me done. Stranded, scared, $60 in my wallet, no idea how to get home. Now I had a job that valued me, suppliers around the world who respected me, enough money to give Sarah the future she deserved, and most importantly, the knowledge that I'd never let anyone treat me that way again. Did I destroy Apex Manufacturing? No. Malcolm did that himself when he decided 20 years of loyalty meant nothing, when he threw away the person who'd built something valuable. I just refused to save him from his own choices. Klaus taught me something important in that workshop. When someone throws you away, don't climb back into their trash bin. Walk away and let them realize what they've lost. That's what I did. I walked away and built something better. Sarah is 19 now, thriving in her pre-med program with money in the bank. She knows the story. She knows her father was treated badly once, that he found a way to turn something terrible into something good. "You did the right thing, Dad," she told me last week. "You showed them what happens when you throw away good people. Sometimes you have to lose everything to discover what you're really worth. And sometimes the people who throw you away are doing you the biggest favor of your life. Your relationships and expertise belong to you, not your employer. When they discard you, they lose access to everything you've built, not just your labor. The corporate world may worship youth and efficiency, but clients and partners still choose to work with people they trust and respect over systems and algorithms.